I'm Jen. Thanks for looking into my channel. You know, I've lived on my own since my late 20s. Like alone. No roommates, no partners for basically 30 years. Solo, by myself. And so I thought I would put together a few of my rules for living alone. I think I'm qualified. Just in case some of you are experiencing solo living for the first time or the first time in a long time and might have forgotten what it's like. So here we go. Jen's top 6 rules for solo living. Number 1, take time for yourself. Because you're in charge of everything, it also means you're responsible for everything. Sometimes that means you're constantly just trying to keep up. I find that I sometimes forget to take time or make time for myself. I know that sounds a little counterintuitive, right? There's literally nobody else here. I can theoretically do what I want when I want. It's all about me all the time. But I find that, especially since I have a full-time job and I have 2 pets, mundane but necessary tasks tend to take up a lot of my time. House maintenance, gardening, administrative tasks like bills and taxes and investments, looking in on my aging parents, heck, YouTube. It all adds up. And without a partner to shoulder some of the burden, sometimes there's no time left for me. I have the money to get a pedicure regularly, and I like getting them. But in my mind, I can't give up that hour to be pampered. What for? Just for me? It's only me. Forget it. I'll wait for a special occasion. No. I make myself take the time out. It's worth it, and I feel a lot less stressed when I come home. It's the same thing taking a Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon to take a little drive out to a country antique shop, do some browsing, maybe stop at a little bistro on the way home. Just a quiet Sunday to myself, doing something not really important, but relaxing. I only do it a couple times a year, but I think I'm going to start ramping that up because it really is enjoyable, and I can do it alone or I can bring a friend. But taking time for yourself doesn't need to be measured in hours and a number of dollars spent. I can and do practice the Dutch art of Nixon, the art of doing nothing. I pretty regularly stop whatever I'm doing, take a little time out, go and settle into my comfy chair in the living room and look out the window at the bird feeder, at just the garden, or at nothing in particular, and just kind of zone out with a warm cup of tea. I don't do anything, I don't think about anything. These breaks can last for as little as 15 minutes and sometimes up to an hour. I find I'm refreshed and it's really calming, especially if I'm running on fumes because I've been trying to fix or finish something that has been frustrating me. My second rule for solo living is to keep in touch with friends and family. Living alone and being an introvert doesn't mean that you have to be isolated. Make an effort to stay in touch with family and friends through text, email, social media, and curated social gatherings. I say curated because as an introvert, I don't want to have to be meeting up with people, even family and friends, on a regular basis for random reasons. But I do make plans and I put them in my calendar, scheduled, so that I always have a social activity happening at least 3 or 4 times a month. That may not sound like a lot to some people, but for me, that's what works. Everybody's different. I mean, join a water aerobics class that meets a couple times a week, or arrange a girls' trip with some far-flung friends that you haven't seen in a while. I managed to say that on the first take. Volunteer to help out with the potluck coming up in the clubhouse next month. Reach out to family and friends to celebrate birthdays and anniversaries when you know that they're coming up. I even have a little event called Wine Time with my next door neighbors, and it's exactly what it sounds like. A couple times, maybe 3 times a month, on a Friday or a Saturday night after dinner, we will meet up out front of our homes. We live right next to each other, and we'll have a glass of wine and just chat about neighborly things. Like how to get rid of the clover. Gee, doesn't that big tree in the back look like it needs to come down? Just stuff like that. And once we're finished our glass of wine, we cheers each other and head back inside. It only takes 15 or 20 minutes, but it's a nice little social thing. And although it's not exactly scheduled, if it's a really nice, sunny, clear Friday or Saturday night, I can be guaranteed that they'll either be texting me or I'll be texting them saying, what about wine time tonight? For me, doing like all of that in 1 month would be a lot. But those are all things that I would do as scheduled social activities to keep me in the loop with family and friends and neighbors. My point is, and the rule is, don't wait for somebody else to schedule your social activity for you. It's an important thing, even for introverts, and so put it on your to-do list. My number 3 rule is healthcare. Look after yours. This is a form of self-care that tends to get ignored by singles, by solos, by people living alone. Time just gets away from you, and you keep on putting off going to the doctor to get that mole checked out, or your knee feels fine today, so no need to go in and bother the doctor with it. Living with a partner can mean having someone who reminds you to take care of yourself, or outright demands that you see someone about that condition. When you live alone, it's got to be you that is the motivator. And it's really easy to let things slide because you don't have the time or you're sticking your head in the sand about it. So just like keeping in touch with friends and family and social time, don't wait for your body to break down before you decide to do something about it. Recognize the signs and act accordingly. See your doctor regularly, and if you don't have a doctor, like me, schedule regular appointments with the local walk-in clinic or urgent care clinic, or schedule a telehealth call. And just make sure that you're addressing with a health professional whatever it is that's aching or flaking this month. Number 4 is household routines. When you live alone, there's nobody to tell you that the dishes have waited long enough in the sink, and it is time to either wash them yourself or put them in the dishwasher. You grow blind to the leaf that came in with the dog last week and has been sitting in the hallway ever since. For me, Thursdays are for laundry and floors. No putting offsies. That's a real word. Come heck or high water, I'm going to have clean clothes and clean floors, at least on Thursdays. I fully admit to piling dishes in the sink until it bothers me. And that's something that I have to work on because I don't like having dishes in the sink, but also I leave dishes in the sink. Work in progress is my household routine on that one. But when you're living solo, it's really easy. You have to be the good angel and the bad angel and work out a deal between them. It's a little hard. Number 5, time management. With nobody else around to remind you to eat, take a walk, take out the garbage, attend your workshop, get groceries, or whatever else, it can be a little challenging to remember to do everything. I've got reminders scheduled in my digital assistant, Ms. A. She is wonderful for that kind of thing, reminding me when garbage day is, when recycling day is, and even my medications. It's just to make sure that I don't get bogged down in other things like making YouTube videos and totally forget that today is Sky's grooming appointment. I also have a house journal, and I've talked about this before in other videos. It's nothing special. That I don't know that you need to go anywhere special to buy one. It's just a lined notepad. You can buy them on Amazon or anywhere. Heck, use one of your kids', school book notepads. And it's just a place to write down anything happening in the house. And I also do it for my car and for the garden as well. Just like this one in 2024, January. I replaced the expansion tank on the water heater for $300. And if I go ahead to 2028, it says January, watch expansion tank water heater, because the plumber told me that that's how long they last, generally. So I put down, all of these things in my house journal and make sure that I look at it regularly and keep adding in the repairs and maintenance that I've done, or pushing forward, scheduling repairs and maintenance that I'm going to need to do in future years. It's a huge help to not get lost in what needs to be done for the house or for the car. When do I have to change the oil? Yeah, they put that little sticker in your window, but anyhow, I put it in my house journal. Easy peasy. And my last one, number 6 for today, I'm sure there are tons more rules, and I'll ask you guys to add to these in the comments, please. But planning for the future is my last one. This is a form of self-care too, but watching your investments, planning for the future, making sure my pension dates still work, and making sure that I'm going to have enough money to retire, those are all important things for me. Future things, but very important. I hope they are for you too. And that means that I watch videos and I read books and articles online about everything related to retirement planning and investment strategies, and I tweak my plans pretty regularly. Make sure everything's up to date and that I'm still on track to where I want to be. Because it's just me, I'm the only one who can take care of the planning and the execution. And not just my financial future, also my will, my advance directive, and my enduring power of attorney. Those 3 things as well. I have to do them. They're on my list, and I know that I have to do them. But also, once they're done, I need to be reviewing them every couple years to make sure that everything that I've put down in them is still accurate, and that I haven't removed a niece or 2 from my will for transgressions. I'm kidding. They'll be in there. I can use Ms. A to schedule a reminder to review them as well. Perfect. So those are my 6 rules for living alone. They're not actually official rules. I would say they're 6 pieces of very good advice from a veteran person who has been living solo for 30 years. If you've got any more that I should add to my list, put them in the comments. Maybe I'll make another video, but let me know for sure. Thanks, and as always, thanks for coming out and watching my video, and I will see you again next week.